Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Vaibhav Mishra and currently I'm a BTech engineering student from computer science branch. So basically I'm creating this video as a log file for my journey towards cybersecurity, and I'll be uploading this kinds of videos on my channel as my record files, and also so that you guys can understand from where to start if you are going to pursue your career in cybersecurity as well. Now, it doesn't mean that I'll only be uploading videos based on ethical hacking, cybersecurity, and all that stuff. But rather than that, I'll also be uploading videos on developments and all other tech stuffs like making an application or creating a website or with whatever part I do on my daily basis. So you can say that it's a blog channel. Now, without wasting time, let's get on to the video. I have separated this entire video into 3 parts to make it easy for you guys to jump and navigate through the entire video. So in the first part, I'll give a basic introduction about myself, like what my current skills are and what I can do right now. And in the second part, we are going to talk about the skills that you should have before getting started into the actual hacking. So these are just some basic skills that and knowledges that you should have before you actually went on hacking a computer system or any other things. And in the final part, I'm gonna tell you how you can set up your own lab. Now, by lab, I mean how you can set up your computer system for hacking. So, if you wish to skip a certain part of the video, feel free to do so. So here's a basic introduction about myself. At this point, I have worked on programming and scripting languages like Python, C, C++, and Bash scripting. Now, it is not necessary for you to learn all these, and having the knowledge of programming language is optional in the field of cybersecurity. But there are certain things that you must know and understand before starting, and that we will talk about in the next. Also, I have some web development skills as well, and using that I will try to create a web page for you guys so that you can access all the resources that I will provide you in my videos. But for the time being, you all can access the description for the links. Rather than these, I also have some basic knowledge about the cybersecurity as well. I can perform web attacks, I can create payloads, and I do also do CTFs. Now CTFs are just like a game that we call capture the flags. So basically what you do in CTF is you get a server or a computer system which you have to hack into, and there's a file present over that computer system which you have to take out, and it will contain a certain code or a certain value which you have to return to the text box present in the source where which told you to hack into the system. And that's it for the CTF parts. Now here are some links that I have given you. You can contact me through these links as well. Now coming to the next part, we have the skills that you should have before you start learning ethical hacking. So the basic skills that you should have is the Linux operating system. You should understand how a Linux operating system works. Now, I would prefer you that you should use a Kali Linux or a Parrot OS. You should be able to use any of these operating systems. Now, why so? Because Kali Linux and Parrot OS are the main and most used operating system for ethical hacking. Now, you can also use Ubuntu or Windows if you would like, but Kali Linux and Parrot OS provides you with many more applications and which will help you to get into cybersecurity and ethical hacking easily. Now the next part is scripting skills. Now I know I have told you that programming skills are not necessary, but it is different from the scripting skills. Now scripting is very necessary for cybersecurity, as you can automate your attacks on by using scripts I've written here Python, so don't get confused. Python for the programming language. Python can also be used as a scripting language. Coming to the next part is networking. Now this is something that most of the people just go through, like they don't care about doing for the networking part, going for the networking part, but this is actually a very necessary part from the for the cyber security. So you should know about some basic stuffs from the networking like OSI models, protocols, and etc. Coming to the final part of the video, we have setting up your lab. Now you know the basic fundamentals, you know about scripting, Linux, and networking. But now what? Now you need to start hacking. But you can't just start and begin without having a workstation or an environment where you can work on. Now virtual machine helps you achieve this. Basically, if I had to explain you what a virtual machine is, then just assume that you have a computer system and inside that computer system you have an OS like Windows. But you also wish to work on Kali Linux without losing access to your Windows machine. This could be achieved easily using virtual machines. Now it is a good practice to have a virtual machine set up on your computer system, as if you would have crashed your other machine, it won't affect your actual host machine. So it's a very good practice to have a virtual machine installed inside your host operating system. Now there are some famous famous virtual machines that you could use. I've listed them here, and you will find all of the links in the description. First one is VMware. Now this is a paid application. The pro version of this application is paid, but you can get the product key. I have given the GitHub link in the description where you can find the product key in there. The next is for those who like open source softwares. Now VirtualBox is from the Oracle and it's open source. You can download it easily, freely, and yeah, that's so. And the third one is from our favorite Microsoft Windows, and that we call Hyper-V. So you can use any of these. I'm gonna use VMware, and I'm gonna show you how you can install VMware on your computer system, and also how you can install the Kali Linux 2019.3. I'm gonna use 2019.3, and let's begin. Now coming to our Windows screen, we have two applications. One is VirtualBox and the other is VMware. So I'm gonna install the VMware now. I'm using VMware version 15.5. Now it's a pro version, and I'm gonna use a product key in this. You can find the product in the description. I have given the link for my GitHub account where you can find the product key of this VMware. Now let's begin the installation part. Okay, so now we can see that installation has begun on our computer system for the VMware. So just click on next, and here are some arguments. You can read them or just accept them. I'm gonna just accept them and click on next. Now basically you can select your destination where you have to store your VMware. I'm gonna change my directory as I'm not gonna store it in the C program. Also click on enhanced keyboard and drivers and click on next. Now we don't want these to be checked, and click on next. Yeah, I do want to have a starter for the desktop. Click on next, and install. Okay, so now basically we have to just wait for some time and the installation will continue. I will just skip this process so you don't have to wait for much longer. Okay, so now as you can see our installation has been completed, and there's an icon present over there. You can just access from that. Now after you have successfully installed your workstation 15.5 you will be asked for giving your license key. Now you can find that license key as I have already told you in the description box below. So now what we need to do is install our virtual machine. So what basically you have to do is just click on open a virtual machine. Now you can move on to the location. Now let me tell you one thing before installing. So as you can see, I have so many Kali Linux applications. So why so many? Why not one? Actually, I have different versions of this. Virtual machines like VMware, VirtualBox, they use their different kind of. They have their own Kali Linux installation packs. So here is the virtual machine installation pack, here's the VirtualBox installation pack, and here's the live CD. Like so, the live we use for installation from the USB or a disk directly, or you can also use this on the virtual machine by clicking on create a new virtual machine and then installing this live CD. So I'm just gonna install from this one. I have given the link you can find the link in the description for this. So let's just install our virtual machine now. Click on open the virtual machine, go to your specified location and click on the virtual machine that you wish to install. Click on open, and that's it. The virtual machine has been now installed successfully. As you can see, you can change your settings from here and specify how much RAM it should take or how much processors it should take, etc, etc. And just click on to turn on your machine, click on power on this virtual machine, and okay, just click on I copied it. Now click on Kali Linux. Now you can see that we have successfully installed our Kali Linux. The default username is root and the password is tour. Sign in, and you can see that we have our Kali Linux system ready for use.